Yeah, very excited, obviously, especially to start with the derby first up. It's been quite a long pre-season, 4 months almost. Yeah, I think just everyone's looking forward to it, getting out there, playing the first match. It's always exciting. It's always nerve-wracking a little bit, the first game, just to see how it goes. But obviously going to their ground at Comm Bank there as well, it's a good field, great field that we're looking forward to. It's another challenge for us. Start the season off with a bang with a derby.
And you did well last year, of course, but not up to the standard. Not quite to the standard that this club holds. Still hurting from last year, the end of the season.
Yeah, that's always going to hurt us. We fell a little bit short, finished second, and obviously we lost the grand final as well. So that's always going to hurt us a little bit. We try and use that as our motivation this year, but that's behind us as well now, and it's a new season. Got new players coming in, fresh start for these boys, and again, looking forward to a good season. And obviously, we want to win trophies. That's why people come here. That's what we expect from our players, and that's no different this year.
You have got a few new signings, but largely a pretty stable squad compared to other teams. Is that a good thing? You like that stability?
Yeah, definitely. These boys have been doing the job over the last 3 or 4 years. So, and before that as well, a lot of them have been here. And stable, and obviously they drive the culture at the club, which helps as well. We've got a lot of senior boys with a lot of experience, and obviously that helps me out as well with the changing room. So it's nice to bring in fresh faces. It does bring in obviously the players coming in, they're trying to get into the team, and it's exciting for the other boys to have new players around. And I think we got the right balance this year. It seems like we've got a lot of depth in the squad. So I suppose time will tell with that one.
Lafondra and Bobo up front. We saw a bit of it last year, but with a full pre-season, how excited are you to see them combine?
Well, they worked really well. Obviously, at the back end of last season, I think, other than the grand final, I think we went 6 games unbeaten. I think there. Towards the end, and that was with both of them playing. So, yep, that's obviously very exciting to have both them. There's a lot of young talent coming through as well. Elvis and Maxi Burgess have had a good pre-season as well, and Donaghy as well. So, it's obviously challenging to pick a team, but once everyone's up and at it, obviously first week we got 3 games as well. So it's a big week for us.
Both of those players are quite older players. Do you see them playing every single week, or you need to management? Is that a concern?
Well, I think depends how quickly the games come. If we have a midweek game, obviously we have to start thinking about resting, and giving them the opportunity to recover from week to week. But I think Adams, he's no problem. He's played in the Premier League and they play a lot of games. He's not old. Obviously Bobo and Ninka, these are the ones that we need to look after a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see what the schedule is, and week to week is no problem.
So there's no worry that some of the younger forward lines and attacking parts of the teams could overrun your older guys.
Well, that's what it's obviously a good headache for me. We have Bahaja, we have Patrick Wood as well coming through. They've both had a good pre-season, so I think they're going to get a lot more minutes this season, and I'm looking forward to see how they develop and putting the older boys under a bit of pressure.
And what do you make of the Wanderers? They've had a disappointing few years for them. What do you make of their squad this year?
Yeah, they've had quite a few changes as well. So it's hard to say. They've brought players in. Everything looks rosy at the start of the season. So it's hard to say until we play them and to see how they're going to develop. Of course, they're probably going to get better as the season goes along as well. So. But obviously, first game you want to get off to a winning start, and that's our plan. That's obviously Carl's plan as well at the Wanderers. A lot of new faces there, so we'll have to see how they line up. But we sort of expect them to line up a certain way, and we're planning for that, and we'll have to wait and see if that works out for us.
Tell us about a few of the new boys coming in, particularly Max Burgess, who didn't play much football last year.
Yep.
How's he gone in training in pre-season, and is he ready to get going straight from the get-go?
Yeah, obviously Maxi didn't play much last season, so he's had a good pre-season this year. He's fit, raring to go. He's missed, obviously everyone misses a little bit of training here and there. He's missed 1 game, I think, in pre-season. So, but he's doing really well. Like I said, Elvis was another one that's been probably so far really good pre-season. He's been scoring in pre-season as well when he's played as a 9. they're fitting in really well, the new boys. That's the main thing. Obviously the season's just starting, so it's a long season, and we've got a good depth in the squad. I keep saying that, and I think you'll be tested this year. Especially just depends how far we go in the cup. We have the cup game straight after the Wanderers, 3 days later. So, and then another derby with Macarthur a week, and 3 days after that. So it's a big week. There's a lot of game time there for everyone to be shared around, just to make sure that we've got fresh bodies on the pitch.
Luke touched on it a little bit, but there's a bit of a Dad's Army vibe with Sydney FC this year. They've got Wilkinson, who's getting on, Ninkovic as well, Bobo. Stability has been a strength in the FC, but will experience be the difference this year, or is that what you're banking on?
Well, I think experience always helps with any team. Bobo finished top scorer last year. Ninko won the Johnny Warren medal, and Wilkinson won our Player of the Year. He played every minute, pretty much of every game. So they might be a little bit older in the tooth there, but a lot of experience, and their bodies are really good at the moment. So. We'll see how time goes, but I think obviously if we give them enough rest in between during the week, get them fresh for the games, they'll be great this year.
Ryan Grant played Socceroos midweek and last week as well. Is he going to be ready on Saturday?
I hope so. He got back late last night. He's had a bit of sleep, so he's come in this morning. So he'll do a bit of a light session today. Still another couple of days before the game, so I'm hoping he'll be right. And if he's not, well, obviously, we've got other players to step in and, have been doing that all pre-season. Ryan's been obviously away quite a bit this season, the pre-season with the Socceroos. So, but, he's had obviously getting games with the Socceroos have been vital for him, experience as well, and match fitness. So, he's ready to go.
And another guy, Joel King, got a little bit of international experience as well.
Yep.
How much did he grow and develop from that, and how hard was it to keep hold of him, I guess, with so much international interest?
Yeah, Joel's improving all the time. He went to the Olympics. He had a great Olympic campaign there. I thought he played well in the games that he's played. He's sort of getting himself into even the Socceroos, 50-man squad or whatever. His name's been thrown about there. So, he's improving all the time. We expect big things from him again this season. He's been very consistent over the first 2 seasons that he has played, and we expect big things from him. He's improving all the time, and it's good to see him develop the way he has.
And last one from me, there were a few reports at the end of last season that you were almost leaving Sydney FC. There were a few reports from Japan and everything. Did that ever come close, or was it always staying here for a bit?
I have a year left on my contract here at Sydney, so I've been here a long time. I love the club. I want to do what's best for the club, and it's continue that way. Even if there was interest, like I said, I've got another year left, and then we'll see what happens after that. And that's about it, really.
You've obviously got aspirations to go overseas. Is the next be Asia or Europe?
Yeah, of course. I think it's like anything. As a player, you want to play against the best players. I had that motivation as a player. I wanted to play for the Socceroos, and you managed to do that, which is great. And it's no different as a coach, but it's about timing, and whether the right time is now or in 5, 6, 7 years' time, I don't know yet. So I still have a young boy at home as well. So you've got to take family situation into everything as well. You just see what pops up, and if something pops up, you have to make a decision. And until the day I leave, I'll give everything to this club like I have done.